Hello everyone and welcome back to another Space Engineers build along. Today we are building a lifting ship. It looks a bit weird having those mines in the background, doesn't it? Anyway, so what we need to do is we need to build a ship that's capable of picking up objects and just generally manipulating them to move them around. So it's probably just going to have a landing gear on the bottom of it to pick things up. But I think that landing gear needs to be adjustable somehow, or we need to do something with it. I would like to be able to rotate the object I pick up in case I need to do any manipulation of that object to get it into the right location. So I need to have two hinges at a slightly different angle to each other, and that should give me the ability to flex it in two directions. And if I put it on a rotor, I can even spin the object. Or maybe I put the landing gear on a rotor and then I can spin that. I can use the hinges to tuck everything up out of the way. And maybe even do something fancy with that. But whatever the answer is, I fell off my little platform. I can't yell at you guys if I can't be on my soapbox. There we go. So yeah, so we'll give that a whirl and hopefully we'll be able to get that built fairly quickly. So with that said, I think we'll make it a bit sunnier and we'll come back in a second when I've got myself set up ready to go. Okay, so welcome back. So we're just gonna quickly get this dropped down if I can remember how to do things. And we need to think about how we're gonna build it. So I think we're probably just gonna go with the standard cockpit, to be honest. Or no, let's go with the industrial cockpit. We don't need anything too fancy, but it'd be nice to have one that looks fit for purpose. That's going to be nicely over the front. It doesn't need to have any O2 or anything like that on it. Now, all this really needs is a small base, so I might actually get rid of this and replace it with some armor blocks. What I actually want to do is just get a little bit of height and also give me like I guess a backbone to the ship. We'll have to paint that later. I don't like building it in rusty blocks, but in fact we can do this and then we can do that. There we go. Perfect now. So get rid of that. Now let's put that industrial cockpit back on the top. Up here and do it. I think we want it right on the edge. Boom. So that gives us some space. Now, what do we need? We don't need a lot of batteries. I do want some space. So wondering if it's not, everything here is not in the center. So I'm just wondering if I do that. Okay. So this is good. Now, what else do we need this to have on it? Now, what can we fill this space up? Well, we know we're going to need a gyroscope, for sure. We might as well put an antenna on here as well. And that can fill that space up. We can put a gyro in there as well. Gyros are always handy. Get it on there. Not sure which way around we want to put it, but that gives us the gyroscope. We could put a remote control block on so we could see it wherever we go, but I don't think we're going to do that right now. That gives us a little bit of control. What else do we need? We need some thrust, and I put the batteries on like this because I'm thinking we're going to want some big thrusters. So for starters, I'm definitely going to want to put big thrusters in here. I'm going to stick these. Where are we going to stick? We can stick it like that. But I kind of want... I want to be able to get this ship into all sorts of silly angles. Like, I'm legitimately thinking to put in multiple forward and back. Can I get... How silly does that look if it's there? I mean, I can't because I need to put back blocks there. But let me just... Humor me a second. Do this. Right, so that's... I want this... I don't want this to look ridiculous. I just want it to look loved? No. I want it to look properly industrial. I don't know if I want that there. Or this gives me the ability to be all forward. I've got up thrusters. And is this now the appropriate place to put that? Like, well, it sticks out a little bit because of the other thruster. That's right, that gives us a bit of detail, if anything. So, I didn't put the other thruster on this side. We drop that down. Boom. Then on this thruster, we just put that one in there. The same height, but it just sticks out one more block. We've got up, down, forward, back. Now left and right. As a weird, I'm going full of obscene here. This is going to have so much thrust that we're not going to know what to do with it. I don't want to put that right there. So what I'm going to do is just put some blocks here. So this should be able to go in almost any direction. Now the question is, what do we do left and right? Because we can continue the craziness of putting supersized thrusters on here. It's just about getting them in the right place. That's in line with the battery. So I know this is overkill. At the same time, I don't care. What I want is overkill. I might stick a metric ton of small batteries in here. Because why not? It's not going to hurt anything. Do want to get them the right way around though. Because if anything, it hurts me seeing them the wrong way around. And I'm certain it hurts other people. So if I do that, plenty of batteries. No. I need to do this properly. Like that. Perfect. So that gives me plenty of battery power. Hopefully. And then I'm just going to build off these one block as well. Because I want to just join this up a little bit. And I don't need cargo space in this, so that's why there's no cargo container. The only thing this is going to do is have battery power on flight. It can't carry any cargo, but it can carry itself. So let's get a connector on the back, which is this one. And so I think that is good. We're going to want to get some cameras on it. But in theory, this should already fly. Let me just grab that one solitary landing gear that we have. And tell it to switch lock. Okay, so switch lock. And we should be able to do anything with this. Oh, apart from go upside down. So if I go all the way up here, if I go upside, I go forwards like this. What's my speed? Nothing. This is me falling. So I need to put my sensitivity up, I guess. But we should be able to stop quite happily. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. We've got plenty of thrust. We don't need any more than this. But what we can do now, we're nowhere near hitting anything else. So what I want to do is just bring this back down to a height I can work on it, but not super close to the platform. Because what I'm going to do now is work on the underneath. Okay, welcome back. So I've added this contraption on the bottom. I've gone with small ones, and I'm going to see how that goes. I'm just going to make sure I share the inertial tensioners on the hinges and the rotor and see if that stops the shuddering. We've got the additional big thrusters here that you can see. There's 4 big thrusters for up. I've also added 6 little ones for forward thrust, which I think will help. And I've added another 6 left and right, but 3 each way and 3 forward. So it's not going to be perfect. We'll see how it goes. I did sneak another gyro in as well. So let me set this up, and then we'll do some testing and see if we can pick up that that big ship there, or pick something up anyway. Okay, give me a second and we'll see what happens. Right, so I've now got this wonderful device, I'm going to say, connected. So let me just get into the camera view. It looks like I'm off to one side, but that must just be the rotation. Right, there we go. So, hang on. Oh, that ship's on its side? What? No, that ship is not on its side, is it? Oh, I got confused by my own ship design. From the camera, it just looked like it was the wrong way around. Like I dropped it the wrong way around. So, oh, that's not good. That's also not good. So, if we look at this, basically what happened is it dropped down and then the other landing gear connected. Good, because I'm not falling. That's also not what's meant to happen. But why did that? Is that because that hinge lock is on, isn't it? No, it's not. That is why. Okay, so how do we fix this? We need to unlock this. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, no. Bad. There we go. Oh. Right. Find our horizontal again, which is there. And back to here. Turn our hinge locks on, like a little mumpty. Turn the rotor lock on, because I don't want the rotor to spin. Right, we can do this. It's just, you know, it's like driving a car. It just takes a little bit of time. Okay, that's connected. I'm not falling or moving. But can I lift? Can. Okay, so this is a little bit lighter than the other one. It's a little slower. I can add a few more up thrust using smaller thrusters. But I'll do that when I start designing it. Nowhere near as hard to control as it was. If I come back to this view, see how accurate we can be with this. I don't want to say gentle because I know this is... There you go. So that is not good. If I can drop it, we can just fly away. Okay. I'm happy with that. Like, that is flyable. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to, well, make it look pretty. We need a few more thrusters, I think, for the up thrust. Certainly for those heavy objects. But then I'm never really going to be tackling those, or I shouldn't be tackling those, I should say. Okay, now we're landed. The next phase needs to be shaping. So we did testing a little bit early for this, but at least we know it kind of worked. Now, need to think about this. We've got plenty of battery power. That's not a problem. Unless we're lifting something really heavy. So it might be that I want to chuck another large battery in somewhere. Maybe we do it on the back. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to crack on with shaping this and trying to get some more... I need to put some very minimal. So like the welder we had minimal, but this needs to be much, much less because it can't be heavy. It needs to be light. So I'm going to just stop talking basically and going to make it look like it's not a collection of blocks and thrusters, and we'll go from there. now that it's in the air, I think it's time to paint. And I'm gonna go clean. Like, I know it's a lifting ship. I'm gonna use battered armor. I'm gonna go white. And the first thing I'm gonna do is just paint this whole thing white. It's kind of off-white. Now, luckily, the subgrids do not get painted, which is good because I don't want those subgrids painted this color. But then, I don't want this to be like my other ship where it was subtle hints of grey. So we're going to make this a bit brighter like we had my other ships which I built in the Let's Play, but I didn't actually show you guys. I didn't show you guys the building process anyway. So let's change the cabin to red. And I think I'm going to change the engines to red as well. And because of the color of that red, it makes it look a bit dusty, which is good. So that's all the little engines. Sorry, the little engines. This should be all the all the big engines done. Now just get these little engines. I like painting components of a similar nature, the same color. So, for example, having all the thrusters red, I kind of feel like you're giving purpose. Like, the engines all came from the same manufacturer, right? So, if they came from the same manufacturer, they'd be the same color. You wouldn't have random colored engines on your ship. So, I wouldn't want to do that. Now, there's going to be a point in a second where I cannot paint blocks because they're stuck in the middle. But I can paint these ones that are here. I think I'm going to make the batteries a bright blue color. I think that will... this one or this one? Slightly darker blue, so we'll go this one. That adds a bit more detail. I'm going to make the connector blue as well. Oh, no. Don't click on that bit in the middle. I'm going to make the landing gear this blue color as well, but not the working one. So we'll come back to that. And actually, I'm going to make these skids blue, because these are underneath. And I kind of want the underneath to be subtle on this side. The only thing that needs to stand out is the lifting arm in the middle. Okay. That's cool. I can't get to anything else in there. I don't particularly want to. For those batteries, they're just going to stay as they are. Now, I want to keep that white colour on some bits. I want to change the colour of some of this front here, but not necessarily underneath. And I think I'll go with silver for this. Or taupey colour. Let's I want to make this a slightly different color. I want it to be grey, and that is a mid-grey. Okay, that's not too bad. So I just want to put some stripes basically on the front here. I don't want to screw this up. I can't paint that block behind, which is fine. So all I really wanted to do was just highlight some of these blocks with slightly different colour, but not making the whole thing that colour. It goes white, silver, silver, white, silver, silver. Should do. Or grey. Yep. We'll just continue that pattern on the back here as well. We'll take these edge ones. In fact, we'll do that as well in there. And we'll do this middle one here. Okay, we're going to have to remove that block so I can get in there and do that one. We'll just put that one back. Shouldn't take too long. Okay. And now from the front, just got that very subtle different colour. But you can see it, so I'm okay with that. Now these side bits, I think I'm going to make these darker, like they're being bashed into things. Let's go for this colour. And just see how bad this looks. I don't want it to be brown. So as long as it's not brown in colour, we should be okay. And change that block there as well, but not the one above it. Do the same on this side. And I like to do that middle bit, but I don't think I can. I do want to do the underneath in this color as well, or as much as I can reach. I'm gonna have to move the arm out of the way, which is fine because it does move. So it's not the end of the world. This can just come all the way back to the connector as well. I kind of feel like I'm drawing a foot there. Okay. So let's put this block down. And we just leave that one spinning slowly. Just doing it, we should be able to get in here and start painting. Back to that is everything. So let's put the velocity back to positive numbers. It's interesting how the whole ship moves with that. Okay. So that's the front. Do I want to do that darker colour on the front? I think I do. Because these bits don't quite stand out enough. It's a bit too subtle. And I don't want it to be as subtle as it was on the other ship. Go darker. Okay, that's good. Get these ones on the back as well, before I forget. Okay. I think we're kind of there. Just need to get this last block back in, which I have to delete again. I think that's okay. So that's it for today. We've managed to build this ship, and we'll be building it in the next Let's Play, which will come on Saturday. And I guess we'll be using it to help relocate some things, maybe into a grinder pit, so we can start tidying up around the base. And if you like the idea of seeing a Let's Play, then great, let me know. Oh, well, don't let me know. You don't need to let me know. You just need to watch the ones that are already there on the playlist. So if you do like this episode, by all means leave a like. If you dislike the video, then please dislike it as well. And if it really tickled your fancy, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 30 subscribers by the end of this year, and I think we're at 19 as of the 23rd of November. So if we can get 11 subs in December, we're golden. We're going to make it. So that's my sub goal for this year. And with that all said and done, thanks for watching. Enjoy yourself, and I'll see you next time. Fly safe.